Let me go to the numbers, briefly review the case numbers, and then we'll talk about the R-0 data that we're seeing. To date, 42,010 people in the state have been diagnosed with coronavirus. That's an increase of 434 cases since yesterday. 59 additional people have been hospitalized, and sadly, there have been 24 more deaths from the virus that have been reported. To date, 2,597 Ohioans have died from this horrible virus. Now, let me just look at the rest of these numbers if we could, for a moment. Again, what we try to do in these key indicators is show the trend lines. The trend line is a 21-day trend. So if you look at cases, the cases are pretty much spot on what they have been on an average for the last 21 days. Not much change there. Not much really in deaths either. Hospitalizations slightly under what the average has been. And ICU admissions yesterday's was 8. The average has been 16. So again, these numbers are pretty flat. And that has been the situation for really well over a month now. During the past several weeks, you heard Dr. Acton, you heard me, you heard the Lieutenant Governor talk about what's called an R-0 data. We've talked about how contagious COVID-19 is and how we're monitoring changes in Ohio. The R-0 number is the speed at which coronavirus is spreading from one person to another. Without any interventions, without any kind of social distancing or anything else, COVID-19 is estimated to spread at about the rate of one person infecting 2.5 other people. If you look at our numbers, I think ours was actually at one point approaching 3. The Department of Health's data team keeps track of this number and a lot of other data as well. If the R-0 increases above 1, if it's above 1, that tells us that we should look more closely at that particular area of the state to figure out what is happening that is causing the increase. This, combined with other data, helps us determine if we need to work more on containing the spread of the disease in a particular area. In March, when we go back in March, for every one person infected with the coronavirus, they were spreading to almost 2 people. In our most recent calculations, we see that the R-0 is about 0.87 for the entire state. There's a lag in these numbers. So these numbers are good through June 7th. So these numbers are always back. This is a chart that shows the regions. And we might start with an area that has actually changed, and that's region 7 and 8. And it's now up to 1. But all that really means is that it is plateaued, and it's plateaued at a low level. So that number is really not alarming. It just means it has stopped going down in that region. If you look at Southwest, region 6, region 3, these numbers are moving a little bit. They're a little bit down from what we saw the other day. Dayton is down a little bit, but they're in the general vicinity where they were. You see North Region 1 at 0.65, and Region 2, the Cleveland area, 0.73. Region 5 in Mansfield, 0.87, and Central Ohio, 0.93. So none of these are really alarming. Basically, what we're seeing is a replication rate. Again, if it's 1, it means one person is infecting one person. So nothing really particularly alarming about these numbers, and nothing particularly alarming about the numbers we just showed you. But again, what we want to do is continue to watch the movement. And if you start seeing a change in the movement, then it's something that we certainly watch. Again, the Dayton area is down a little bit. We were seeing it over 1 the last time And again, these are snapshots on a given date. Again, this is back to the June 7th. So again, to keep these numbers where we would like to see them, and these, we just urge everyone to continue to wear masks, continue to social distance, and just be careful as we are opening the economy in Ohio.